Since this is English speech, and I will try to introduce to you about me and my life and my philosophy by reading the speech I wrote for the competition for Harvard commencement speech for 2006. I didn't make it to the to the commencement ceremony, but that carries, that portrays my life story and my philosophies. So I thought it would be very helpful to start with that. Okay? Okay. I must be a slow walker. It took me 16 years to climb up to stand here today. Just imagine that I'm giving a speech at Harvard commencement. Or maybe I am a slow learner. It took me 5 decades to realize the purpose of my life. One snowy winter night in Korea, a 12-year-old girl was standing outside her mother's tavern while carrying her baby brother on her back, trying to help him fall asleep. Behind the steamed glass door, she saw her mother arguing with the town drunkards, and her father trying to separate them. Then, along with the drunkards, her father came out to go to work at the railroad station. With a broad smile, he patted her head. As his rusty bike slid away precariously over the frozen snow, his small bag soon disappeared into the dark alley, leaving behind a thin trace of white smoke. She then heard the sobbing voice swirling in her heart. It's not our fault to be born poor. And what we are born into does not decide how we must live. Someday, I will become somebody and take good care of you. Thus began my long journey to arrive here today. Studying, I believed, was the only way, but I found myself working as a factory girl and a waitress. As my hope faded, I was ready to let my life go. But that's when I saw a newspaper ad looking for a housemaid for a family in America. On a sunny spring day in 1971, the Statue of Liberty welcomed me to my new beginning. I spoke very little English and had only $100 to my name. But I was happy. I was only 22 and had a dream. But life in America was full of surprising turns. At 28, I ended up as a private in the U.S. Army. Heading to the training camp, I was devastated to leave behind my 8-month-old baby girl. But 14 years later, as a captain in the U.S. Army, I joined the scholars at Harvard for a master's degree. Best part? All expenses paid by a generous relative, our wonderful Uncle Sam. Studying at Harvard for a woman in her early 40s while competing with the young and the restless was quite a struggle. What a relief that was to make it through and return to the Army in one piece. But less than 5 years later, I bade farewell to the bright prospects of an Army major and came back to Harvard for a bigger challenge, the doctoral degree. Following this major mom, my daughter Jasmine joined our Harvardians. Mother and daughter, side by side, together searched for veritas, making new history in this yard. Professor Gomes confessed that it was his first time baptizing a child first, then the mother, in this very church. Jasmine graduated in the year 2000, and this time left me behind. She's now an army captain, standing watch to defend our wonderful way of life. I was even given a chance to teach the undergraduates. I'm sure you all agree with my assessment. They know everything. They are never wrong and never shy in speaking their minds. Indeed, this tough ex-soldier was scared by this challenge. Then it occurred to me, there was something I could talk about with no fear: life itself. Into the curious minds of my book-smart students, I poured life stories of real people in lands far, far away from Harvard. Hoping to awaken those endless possibilities, I even shared the story of my own life. I said, we cannot choose our own birth. We cannot escape from death. And we cannot have more than one life in this world. But we have a choice of how to live the only life given to us. Make your life as best it can be. It is a chance that will never come again.